This morning, fans get rowdy for the Badgers. How many fans UW police kicked out of Camp Randall?
And good news for Middleton drivers, the construction project that wraps up this week.
And we kick off our Coats for Kids drive, how you can help local kids stay warm and the specific items that'll make the biggest impact.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to News 3 Now This Morning on your Monday. I'm Kyrie Unley.
I'm Chris Stanford. Thanks so much for joining us. We got a Packers win, a Badgers win, some gorgeous weather. I mean, things not looking too bad this morning at all. A lot to be grateful for.
Yes, a little bit cooler as you're heading out there, but not for long, and I think I can rejoice. I know you and Jacob are a little on the fence about the weather warming back up, but me, I'm here for it. I'm here for a good time.
I think the last thing we need is a Bears win, right?
Oh.
Right? Am I the only one?
Yeah,
I know Michelle Renee's got my back, but
just you.
Maybe the audience doesn't.
No,
Sorry.
I think she's a Pack fan, really. Oh.
Anyway, let's take a look at the forecast. Definitely on the cooler side, lower 40s, upper 30s for some areas. In fact, further north, it's actually close to, if not actually at freezing. But this is the last morning that we're going to see these temperatures this chilly in the lower 40s. As we take a look at the temperatures, the temperature change over the last 24 hours. The temperatures this morning are very similar to what we saw over the weekend, but as I mentioned, it is going to warm up. Now, looking at the current visibility, we're also seeing some patchy fog out there. A lot of the area, though, not experiencing this fog, so a lot of areas very good visibility, but there are a few patchy spots out there, and we're not seeing any rainfall, and we're not expected to see any rainfall throughout the entire day. We'll see plenty of sunshine with the bus stop forecast looking chilly to start when the kids are off to school, but as we get to the afternoon, the temperatures are going to warm up very nicely, upper 60s to low 70s for highs, and this is going to be the case across the entire region. A few locations may hang on to the upper 60s, but still very nice with plenty of sunshine, and these temperatures, they're going to continue to warm up throughout the week. I'll talk more about that coming up shortly.
Jacob, thank you. Well, today is the day. Right now, you can donate to News 3 Now's 40th annual Coats for Kids, a winter coat drive. Our all-day Pack the Truck event is underway.
The Boys and Girls Clubs of Dane County have a van outside of Clinky Cleaners this morning on Monona Drive until 6:30 this evening for your donations. We need things like kids' winter coats, jackets, and accessories. And this year, there's a great need for infant, toddler, and larger teen sizes. Adult donations are also welcome. After today, you can drop off donations at any Madison area Clinky Cleaners through October 4th. 6:02, now to other local news this morning. The Dodge County Sheriff's Office is investigating a car crash that killed a teenager and happened near the town of Shields. It happened about 6:30 Saturday night on County Road Q and Pitt Road. Their initial investigation into the crash found that the vehicle had left the road and struck several trees before stopping just 50 feet off the road. The driver has been identified, but their name has not yet been made public.
Turning now to the UW football game, the numbers are in for arrests and ejections Saturday at Camp Randall. So UW Madison police arrested 25 fans and cited 25 more. All arrested were UW Madison students. In total, 35 people were ejected, including 33 UW students. First aid crews responded to 20 calls during the game.
Turning now to a developing story in Jerusalem. Israeli police say at least 5 people are dead and 12 are injured after a gunman opened fire on a bus stop. Officials say people were waiting at the bus stop at the time of the shooting, and Israeli media is also reporting that the attackers also boarded the bus and opened fire inside. This is a developing story, and we'll continue to monitor it right here on News 3 Now this morning.
In more developing news from the White House, President Donald Trump is expected to decide today whether to send National Guard troops to Chicago to crack down on crime. The White House has already moved immigration enforcement personnel into the city. How residents respond to raids could influence the decision, but President Trump is backing off a social media post that says, quote, Chicago is about to find out why it's called the Department of War. Illinois Democrats say war rhetoric is inflammatory, suggesting federal partnerships to reduce gun violence and hiring more police officers instead.
New reactions this morning to that massive Powerball jackpot. 2 winners will share the $1.8 billion payout. This ends the 42-week streak of nobody winning. One ticket sold in Missouri, another just outside of Fredericksburg, Texas. The Powerball will now reset to just a mere $20 million for tonight's drawing.
Turning now to more local news, Middleton drivers, your commute will soon be getting a lot less bumpy this week as many of the city's roadwork projects are set to be completed. Pavement markings are set to be painted on Century Avenue, Allen Boulevard, and highways Q&M this week, and new traffic lights are set to be turned on. The Parmenter Street project is also still on schedule, but that won't be completed until about mid-October, causing parts of Parmenter Street to remain closed. Officials remind you to stay alert in work zones and allow extra travel time.
You know, I had a teacher in high school that said there are 2 seasons in Wisconsin, road construction and winter. Does this mean that, you know, winter is around the corner now that the road construction is ramping up?
Well, why are we making?
I'm just putting it out there. Just putting it out there, Kyrie.
Did you see this week's temperatures?
I know. We are looking like a warm-up is on the way. Jacob Madison with your first warn forecast for Savannah this morning. Although it does feel chilly outside this morning, we have some warmer temperatures in the forecast.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot warmer, and it's also going to be pretty dry. Just a few small chances of rain. Today will feature a lot of sunshine, just a few passing clouds here and there. We'll see partly cloudy skies overnight, helping those lows not be too cool compared to what they are right now. And as we get to the afternoon for Tuesday, we'll continue to see more cloudy skies, but still not going to see a lot of rainfall for Tuesday. Most of the rain will stay off to the north and northern Wisconsin. Then it may creep a little bit to the south once we get to Tuesday night. Areas to the north of Madison will have the best chance of rain, and we may continue to see some light showers for parts of the area into Wednesday morning, but we're still not expecting much. Most of the area should be dry. If you do see rain, it likely will be light and brief with drier conditions by Wednesday afternoon, but I'll continue talking more about that warm up throughout the week coming up a little bit later.
Jacob, thank you. Coming up, the Packers getting a win during their home opener at Lambeau Field. Ahead, News 3 Now's Andrew Banstra and Jason Wilde will have all of the highlights.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning. Moving forward.
All right, it is a huge day here on News 3 Now. We are kicking off our 40th. That's right, our 40th annual Coats for Kids Drive in the 608.
That's right. Our Josh Ryder is live in Madison this morning with how you can help us beginning today. Good morning.
Hey, good morning to you guys. You know, a lot of times we're kicking off the Coats for Kids drive and it's warm, it's humid. We're thinking, why are we talking coats? But this morning, I can see my breath. I've got a coat on, and it is that time of the year where we are starting to think about, you know, dressing our kids warm for the winter. And that's what this campaign is all about. As you mentioned, we're outside of Clinky Cleaners. This is their Monona Drive location, and this is where everything gets underway today. I've got Lindsey Brahms with the Boys and Girls Club joining us this morning. Steve Clinky's about to pull the van up that we're going to be trying to pack today. And I mean, this is such a great event, and today's the first day.
Yeah, thanks for having us out here this morning. We're excited to get started.
So what is Coats for Kids all about? Because this is a big year too.
It is a big year. So Coats for Kids, every year we try to raise 5,000 jackets for youth and families here within Dane County.
And this year is no different. We need the help, and the community is going to help us make that happen.
Absolutely. Yes, we're so excited to be partnering with you all, Clinky Cleaners, Magic 98, and other folks here around town to help keep everyone warm.
So what kind of coats can folks bring on in here to donate?
Yeah, so people can drop off jackets at any Clinky Cleaners locations, and we're looking for jackets of all sizes. So starting at preschool level all the way up to young adults too.
And this is something that, you know, we're kicking off today. So we're going to be here at this location here on Monona Drive all the way through 6:30 tonight. But after today, they still have plenty of time to be able to make it happen too.
Absolutely. So if people want to go to the Boys and Girls Club's webpage as well, we have our Amazon wish list, which makes it super easy for people to shop. And those jackets will be sent directly to us. People can give monetarily as well or donate at Clinky Cleaners.
Awesome. Here's Steve Clinky pulling up in the van right now. What timing is that? You know, this is such an incredible event. And I mean, 40 years, that is a lot of coats, and this year we're going to try to make this the best year yet.
Absolutely. And so thank you to everyone's support, and we're excited to collect coats until October 4th.
And, when you talk about donations, that's a great way to be able to do it. But sometimes those monetary donations, you can kind of stretch that a little bit further.
Yeah, that's a great point. And so whatever jackets we don't receive, the monetary support helps us go out and shop for inventory that we didn't necessarily receive throughout the month.
Awesome. Checking in on Steve Klinke here. He's getting that van all set for us this morning. So again, we're out here on Monona Drive. This is the 40th year for our Coats for Kids drives. You're not going to be able to miss us as you're driving across here. And this is our kickoff event. You still have plenty of time to make this happen over the coming weeks. If you'd like to learn more about what's happening, just go to our story up on channel3000.com. We have everything you need to know right up there. And of course, our fun will continue a little bit later on in the 608 as we talk to Steve Klinke a little bit later and talk a little bit about our history. This has been a long time coming for the community, and 40 years, guys, that is a big thing to celebrate.
It sure is. We want to thank the folks at Klinke for partnering up with us once again, and everybody at the Boys and Girls Clubs of Dane County. Can't do it without this really team effort, and of course the people at home. It relies on them. We can't do it without the folks at home to donate, so get out there and make sure you drop them off at Klinke Cleaners.
Yes, let's make it happen. All right.
Thanks, Josh. Josh is always looking to share some inspirational stuff in the 608. Got an idea for him? Reach out and let him know about it.
All right, need that jacket this morning, Jacob.
Yeah, but we're not going to need it for the entire week. Overnight lows will be warmer. Daytime highs will be warmer. In fact, some daytime highs by the end of the week could be in the lower 80s. Meanwhile, really not going to see much rain throughout the entire week either. So for today, although it's a chilly start, we are going to see those temperatures rising into the lower 70s with mostly sunny skies. Overnight lows later tonight will be a lot better. Middle 50s, maybe still a light jacket in those morning hours, but certainly better than the lower 40s we've seen over the last couple of mornings. And although we're going to see cloudy skies tomorrow, temperatures will be a bit warmer. Very small chance of rain, but otherwise staying mostly dry. Looking at the highs over the next 10, we are going to continue to see those temperatures warm up. Lower 80s possible by Friday and Saturday, but even just before and just after Friday, Saturday, we're going to have highs easily in the 70s. And so the below normal temperatures we have been seeing are really going to shift to above normal as we head throughout the week. And that looks to continue even beyond the next 10 days. The 8 to 14 day temperature outlook does show a high confidence in warmer than average temperatures. Now, as we take a look at the chances of rain this week, very small chance later Tuesday night and into Wednesday. Most of the areas shouldn't see much rain. Those that do, the rain will be very light. Once we get to Wednesday night, we're going to be dry again with dry conditions expected to continue for Thursday and Friday. We are going to have a better chance of rain once we get to Saturday, but a lot can still change between now and then. But a few showers and some isolated thunderstorms are possible, kind of starting Friday night and especially during the day on Saturday. Have to keep an eye on this for potentially severe weather, but right now we're just tracking this chance of some showers and storms. Most of it will clear out by Sunday afternoon with dry conditions continuing for a good chunk of next week right now. And overall, looking at the 7-day rain chances, not going to see much during the work week. It's really just that chance of rain on Saturday. So here's a full look at the 7 to 10 day forecast. A lot of very nice days are coming forward with high temperatures in the upper 70s to lower 80s for a lot of the next 10 days. Today is still going to be a little bit chilly, especially during these morning hours as we are only in the lower 40s. But notice that the overnight lows are not going to drop into the 40s, at least they're not projected to for the foreseeable future. Now, obviously, they will drop back down there eventually. It is September. Temperatures on average get colder as we go throughout the month, but they are going to warm up this week with warmer highs than what we've seen lately and certainly warmer overnight lows than what we've seen lately.
All right. Warm up on the way despite a cool morning. Thank you, Jacob.
In your morning sports, right now the Packers are the only team in the NFC North with a win.
That's right. We'll cherish that while we can. To be fair, the Vikings and the Bears play tonight, so it's just the Packers and the Lions that have played so far. But hey, Green Bay proved yesterday that the Lions aren't so fierce. Andrew Banstra and Jason Wilde break down the Packers home opener from Lambeau.
For as good as Green Bay was last season, they were equally as bad against the NFC North. They didn't beat the Lions, they didn't beat the Vikings, and they even lost to the Bears once. Jordan Love said that lingered with the Packers this offseason, and today they proved that this time around, things are different. Speaking of different, for the first time, Micah Parsons takes the field as a Packer. His green and gold got the ball first and methodically marched down the field. Their first-round rookie, Matthew Golden, made his first catch in a drive that ended in cheesy goodness. Jordan Love fires to Tucker Kraft Mac and Cheese, who stirs up the first score of the game. 7-0 good guys early. In the second quarter, it was more of the same. Love just rears back and puts it on Jaden Reed. The Pack put on an offensive clinic early. Green Bay leaves no doubt against Detroit in the season opener, winning it 24-13.
Yeah, big picture. I mean, it all starts with NFC North. So to have a North team come in here week one, be able to get the job done, to go 1-0 in the North is, the start we wanted right there. But big, just picture for us right now is, Super Bowl is down the road, but it all starts with the NFC North.
Obviously, anytime a divisional opponent, and who in particular, that's kind of had their way with us the last 3 times here at Lambeau, I was just really proud, and I think of the energy our guys brought, not only in the first half, but I thought we matched it to start the second half as well.
I'm joined now by our Packers senior writer, Jason Wilde. And Jason, we spent, and you especially spent so much time talking about what we'd see this year. It was kind of nice to just actually see it.
Yeah, this is exactly what the Packers wanted to do, right? They're facing a team that had beaten them 3 times in a row here in this building, and they controlled the line of scrimmage offensively. Their quarterback is on point. The 1 interception he throws doesn't even count. Their defense is dominant, and oh, by the way, the guy that they just gave $188 million to was fantastic, even when he wasn't getting the big sack at the end.
So let's start there. Obviously, everybody's going to be talking about that big sack at the end that Micah Parsons has, but in limited snaps, he made a big impact over the course of the entire game. What are some of those little things that we may not pick up on right away that he is doing to make the Jared Goffs of the world's lives more challenging?
Yeah, look, there were 2 plays in particular that I think he showed the impact he can have without getting the sack that he had late in the game. One was on the interception that Evan Williams had. He created that pressure. He was in Jared Goff's face on that. And on the other one, he took up a double team and still created some pressure on Goff, and that led to a sack by Lucas Van Ness. So those were the 2 plays where it was a little sneakier, the impact he had. But look, Jordan Love told us in the middle of the week that he had this vision of him coming out and getting a sack on 3rd down in the opening series. It didn't quite happen that way, but he got it in the 4th quarter.
So, Jason, of course, it's a huge deal that the Packers beat the Lions of all teams, but with how good of a team the Lions are, did the Packers put the rest of the league on notice this year that they made that next step and could be a real Super Bowl contender?
Look, they felt really good about this team before they got Micah Parsons, so now they feel even better. One of the questions that you heard me ask Jordan Love, though, was about, you guys had confidence, but does this confirm the confidence you had? And you heard his answer. He very much feels like this was a confirmation of them. Okay, we are the team that we think we are. But again, he also made sure it was very clear this is 1 of 17. They've got another one right away on Thursday against the Commanders here, and there's a long way to go. But I can't think of a better way for them to start the season than right here with this type of a win and to do it on Channel 3.
And you mentioned they'll be right back here on Thursday hosting the Commanders. And Matt LaFleur said he told his guys to enjoy it for 5 minutes or 5 hours or however long it might be. But it's not going to be long until we're right back here talking about, hopefully, a Packers win over the Commanders. For now, for Jason Wilde, I'm Andrew Banstra, signing off from Lambeau Field with News 3 Sports.
Well, still ahead, we have all of the highlights of last night's VMA Awards.
Back after this.
Welcome back. Here's a look at what's trending this morning. Music's biggest stars showed out at MTV Video Music Awards. For the first time ever, the iconic show aired live right here on CBS.
Bradley Blackburn has a rundown of the top moments and the awards.
The VMAs kicked off with a blend of old and new. Kenny G's saxophone opening for Doja Cat's Jealous Type. The show, hosted by rapper and actor LL Cool J, aired on CBS for the first time. Lady Gaga, who had the most nominations with 12, won the night's first award, Artist of the Year.
Being an artist is an attempt to connect the souls of people all over the world.
Ariana Grande's Brighter Days Ahead won Video of the Year.
I'm so grateful that I get to do this with my life and to have such fiercely loving and supportive fans.
The Moon Man for Song of the Year went to APT by Rosé and Bruno Mars. The past and present of music was highlighted throughout the night. Ricky Martin was honored with the inaugural Latin Icon Award, while Busta Rhymes took home the Rock the Bells Visionary Award. Tate McRae stunned with her performance of Sports Car. Best New Artist Alex Warren showcased his hit, Ordinary. And Sabrina Carpenter joined contestants from RuPaul's Drag Race to make it rain in tears. Mariah Carey was honored with the Michael Jackson Video Vanguard Award and performed a medley of her iconic hits. The VMAs paid tribute to the late Ozzy Osbourne. With a performance from Youngblood, Nuno Bettencourt, and Aerosmith's Steven Tyler and Joe Perry. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
Developing today, the president expected to make a decision on whether to escalate federal involvement in Chicago.
Plus, our Coats for Kids campaign kicks off today. How you can help kids stay warm this winter.
And a great day to be a Packers fan. A look at the sights and sounds from the season opener. Good Monday morning, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to News 3 Now this morning. I'm Chris Stanford.
And I'm Kyrian Lee. Thanks for waking up with us this morning. Hope you all had a fantastic weekend. I see that, I was going to say, you're still kind of rocking some of that green there.
Green for the Packers this morning. Big win. Micah Parsons getting his first sack, making an impact already. He's got a lot to live up to with that $188 million contract. So it was great to see the Packers end up with a win yesterday. You're Chiefs?
Not so lucky.
Yeah.
Not so lucky. Then they did it overseas. Like, why?
Yeah,
but it's okay.
Well,
it's okay. There's a lot of season left.
A lot of football to be playing. Let's get you out the door this morning. Taking a look outside, Jacob Montesano with your first warm forecast. Hey, Jacob.
Hey, Chris. Yeah, right now we're seeing very clear skies, but that's also kind of fueling these pretty chilly temperatures. Here's a live view from Platteville, just a few clouds on the horizon. Otherwise, very clear, and southern Wisconsin is very dry at this time, but also pretty chilly. Lower 40s for a lot of the areas, some locations in the upper 30s, but for the most part, I mean, certainly very chilly out there. And looking at the temperature comparison, this is pretty similar to what we've seen over the past couple of mornings. Now, we also are dealing with some foggy spots out there, but a lot of the area not really dealing with fog, pretty good visibility. And despite the fact that we're chilly right now, we are going to see warmer temperatures in the afternoon. We'll see a chilly start for your bus stop forecast when the kids are off to school, but when they're heading home, it is going to be very comfortable. High temperatures today should be a few degrees above what we saw yesterday. Plenty of sunshine also, so overall a very nice day once we get past this chilly morning. And going forward, we're not going to see mornings nearly as chilly, at least for the foreseeable future, as tonight will start that trend. Low temperatures only in the middle 50s compared to the lower 40s we are seeing right now. And this is a sign of what's to come in the sense that we are going to see these temperatures continue to warm up throughout the week. I'll talk more about that, though, coming up a bit later.
All right. Thanks, Jacob. Well, it is a big day here at News 3. We are kicking off our 40th annual Coats for Kids, and we need your help.
That's right. Our Josh Brighter is live at Clinky Cleaners on Monona Drive to get things started for us. Good morning.
Hey guys, good morning to you. Coats for Kids officially underway here at the Clinky Cleaners Monona Drive location. We've got the van parked out front, and we've already got a few donations in the bins at 6:30 this morning. So we started this at 6 o'clock. We're going all the way until 6:30 this evening. So take a look at this. We already have some coats in these bins. This is already off to a great start. And we're talking about 40 years for Coats for Kids. That's 4 decades. So we're going to make this the best year yet. We're looking for those donations beginning today. We're going to be out here all day long at the Monona Drive location. Just look for the truck parked right out front. Our folks from the Boys and Girls Clubs will be here to accept those donations. And this drive is going to be happening over the next few weeks, all the way through October 4th. So plenty of time to give. We're going to be talking to Steve Klinke and also Lindsey Broms from the Boys and Girls Club about how you can make an impact this year and make this the best year yet. That's coming up a little bit later, guys, in the 608. But we already have donations in the bins, so we're already off to a great start this morning.
Well, you love to see it. All right, Josh Brighter will talk with you here in a little bit.
Now to some developing news from the White House this morning. President Donald Trump says he expects to decide on a course of action for Chicago today or tomorrow.
He is threatening to send in National Guard troops because of violent crime and immigration. The White House has already moved immigration enforcement personnel into the city, and officials say how residents respond to raids could influence the president's decision. Meanwhile, advocates are reporting detentions over the weekend.
A man who's been selling flowers on this corner for months and months and months was picked up.
The president backing off a social media post that said Chicago is about to find out why it's called the Department of War. Illinois Democrats say that war rhetoric is inflammatory, suggesting rather federal partnerships to reduce gun violence and hiring more police officers.
We now continue coverage of the tragic school shooting in Minneapolis. Family and friends gathered to honor 8-year-old Fletcher Merkel. He was one of 2 students killed in last month's shooting at Annunciation Catholic School. Police say a 23-year-old former student opened fire at the church. 15 other students and 3 adults were also wounded. Relatives say Fletcher loved animals and loved to fish with his father. He also loved football and dreamed about becoming an NFL player.
New this morning, officials in Kyiv say Russia's largest strike in Ukraine killed an infant and young woman, the largest aerial assault of the war so far. Ukraine says more than 800 drones were launched, as well as 4 ballistic missiles and 9 cruise missiles. The early morning barrage hit several residential buildings in Kyiv, wounding more than a dozen.
A quick traffic update if you're traveling through the east side of Madison today. Starting at 9 a.m., the City of Madison Forestry Division will start routine tree trimming along the terrace at 2838 Milwaukee Street. The work is expected to last about 3 hours. Eastbound traffic will be maintained at all times, while westbound traffic will be detoured at Fair Oaks Avenue. Local access will be open and Metro Transit routes will not be affected. If you drive in the area, plan ahead and follow posted detours.
Packers fans are riding high this morning after the Green and Gold took down the Lions in the home opener. We aired it right here on WISC-TV. First quarter, Jordan Love connects to Tucker Kraft down the middle for a 15-yard score. Second quarter now, Love, this time to Jaden Reed for a 17-yard touchdown. Packers rolling early, up 17-3. One-handed snag here from the Lions, about the best thing they did all day. How about the Packers' new defensive playmaker, Micah Parsons? For the small number of snaps he played, he sure did make a big impact. Fourth quarter, Parsons shows us just how fast he is and takes down Jared Goff for one of the 4 sacks on the day for the Green and Gold. Packers win it 27-13.
And of course, cheeseheads across the state brought the energy to the season opener. One dedicated group made the trip all the way from Madison, and they've been doing it for years. The Madison Packer backers boarded a bus early yesterday morning to cheer on the Green and Gold.
It's awesome. I try to come up here as much as I can because with the Madison Packer backers, you can go to every single game at Lambeau. You know, we have 2 buses up here for every single game. You don't have to worry about driving or parking or drinking. You know, we drink and dance on the bus. We have so much fun.
Charter member, I joined the club when it started in 1967, so I've been here ever since and still coming to games.
The Pack play their next game Thursday at Titletown against the Commanders.
What a dramatic finish to the NFL's late game. The Ravens led the Bills by 15 points with 4 minutes left, but Josh Allen and the Bills battled back to win it. The largest comeback ever for the final 4 minutes of a game. 41-40 the final. There's the game-winning field goal right there. Just an outstanding, dramatic finish from the Buffalo Bills. Meantime, the Brewers down to just 3 weeks left in the regular season, and they're trying to hold on to that best record in baseball. Top of the first yesterday against the Pirates, Jake Bauers lines one deep to right off Bubba Chandler for a 2-run double. Brewers up 2-0, and then Andrew Vaughn gets in on the action. That's a RBI single to score another, and the Brewers just kept those bats swinging. Final score 10-2, and heads up for tomorrow. The Brewers play the Texas Rangers. You can watch it on our sister station, TW. First pitch is at 7:05.
This morning, Ironman participants will celebrate with a breakfast after delivering another successful and energetic weekend. Athletes devoted their time to swimming, cycling, and running over the past 2 days. Fans lined the route, hopeful that their cheers and cowbells would help each competitor cross the finish line. Matthew Zier has completed the Ironman twice and says consistent training is essential.
Working full time and have to train in the evenings, you really are just training, eating, and sleeping a lot of the time throughout the summer.
I mean, I would think the training's a lot harder than the race itself.
The full Ironman finished at midnight.
Oh, it's a long day.
Yes.
It's 140.6 miles.
Yeah, which is insane. They started at 7 a.m. yesterday morning and finished at midnight. So this morning. So
congratulations to everybody who participated, everybody it takes to put on an event like this across the city. An opportunity for the city to shine.
Yes. Very proud of all of those athletes out there. Well, let's check in now with meteorologist Jacob Montesano, who's getting you ready as you head out the door. Good morning.
Good morning, Kyrie. We are going to see a lot of sunshine today, just a few passing clouds, but we're certainly not expecting any rainfall, especially going to see that sunshine later in the afternoon and evening. A little bit of cloud cover overnight, especially for areas north of Madison, and we're going to continue to see that the cloudy skies continue as we head into Tuesday. Small chance of rain Tuesday, but most of the rain should stay off to the north in northern Wisconsin. As we get into the overnight hours Tuesday, though, we could see some of that rain start to trickle down into our area. Best chance of rain will be for areas north of Madison, and we may see some light rain continue into Wednesday morning. But overall, we are not expecting a ton of precipitation from this. Any area that does see rain, it'll be very light and very brief. Maybe some additional light showers for the afternoon, but not going to see much. And that's really the only chance of rain this work week. But we do have a chance of rain by the time we get to next weekend. So I'll talk more about that coming up a bit later.
Thanks, Jacob. And coming up in my Consumer Report, is your information being sold without your knowledge? After the break, I'm bringing you a warning from our Call for Action team.
Also ahead, we'll check back in with Josh Breider, who's live out at Clinky Cleaners this morning to kick off our 40th annual Coats for Kids, the specific items we're looking for, so you can help out right after this.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning. Moving forward.
Hey, we're back at 6:43 on your Monday. Did you know that the DMV can legally sell your information? The Wisconsin Department of Transportation collects millions of dollars each year by selling it through the DMV.
Our consumer reporter Michelle Renee Quinn shows you what they're selling and how you can opt out. Good morning.
Chris, Kyrion, good morning. This practice is legal under Wisconsin law, but many are unaware that it's happening. And each year, WISC-TV makes millions selling personal information. That information includes your name, address, date of birth, gender, driver's license number, driving record, status, and what type of car you drive. Our Call for Action volunteers remind you, in Wisconsin, the DMV allows drivers to remove their name and address from requests of 10 or more records. To opt out, you need to print and fill out the form called MV3592. Then mail it to the Department of Transportation in Madison. You can find this form as well as the information from this story on channel3000.com. And the first chance to opt out is when you apply for a license. So if you already have one, you have to print that form. But for future reference, if you guys have kids, if you're taking your teenager to get that road test and don't want their information sold, just be sure to check that tiny box offering to withhold your name from lists that DOT sells.
Yes, very easy to look over that little box, but just make sure you read the fine print for sure, I'd say.
Call for Action is going to have a telethon coming up. Tell us about that.
Yes, so that telethon is next week, Thursday. It's from 4 to 7 p.m. and you can tune in and call for action about any consumer issues, including personal information, if you have any identity questions, stuff like that. They're here to help with all types of consumer problems. So you can call for action anytime, but definitely tune into that telethon next week, Thursday afternoon.
All right, Michelle Renee Quinn, thank you so much.
Absolutely.
All right, let's check in with Jacob Montesano now on your first warm weather. He's got 3 things to know. Good morning.
Good morning, Chris. 70s are expected to return today, and those temperatures continuing to warm up with 80s in the forecast by the end of the week. And throughout the work week, we are going to see very little rainfall. do have a better chance of rain by the weekend, but not going to see much for the work week, especially not today. Plenty of sunshine, highs in the lower 70s, certainly warmer than yesterday, and temperatures will continue to warm up. Very evident with the overnight lows, as lows will drop into the middle 50s compared to the lower 40s that we're seeing this morning. And despite the cloudy skies for tomorrow, we are going to see temperatures a bit warmer, middle to lower 70s, excuse me, only warmer by about a few degrees compared to today. But the temperatures continuing to warm up from there. Middle 60s Wednesday, middle 70s Wednesday, upper 70s Thursday, lower 80s possible for Friday and Saturday, and we're going to continue to see highs well into the 70s for much of next week. Checking out the chance of rain this week, certainly not going to see that today. A small chance of rain later Tuesday into Tuesday night and potentially early Wednesday, but most of the area shouldn't see much. If you do see rain, probably going to be very light and also probably going to be very brief. We'll be dry again by Wednesday night. As we get into Thursday and Friday, we're going to continue to see that dry weather. Again, we will see a chance of rain return for Saturday, kind of beginning Friday night a little bit, but the better chance of rain will be during the day on Saturday. Could see a few thunderstorms with this round of precipitation. Still a lot can change between now and then, but it certainly looks like the chance of rain will be there Saturday. And right now it does look like it will clear out by the time we get to Sunday afternoon. So kind of recapping the rain chances, small chance Tuesday night and Wednesday. Beyond that, very dry, and even that round will not produce much. Better chance of rain for Saturday, and right now it looks like we'll be pretty dry for the first half of next week. So very nice 10-day forecast, especially for those of you that like it a bit warmer. This might be, I wouldn't say this is for sure, but it might be our last, lower 80s of the season. The temperatures will continue to fall as we head towards the end of the month, so the 80s will become less and less common. But for now, they are in the forecast, and the 70s are certainly in the forecast, and that looks to continue, not just for the next 10 days, but the extended forecast does look like these temperatures will remain a little bit above normal.
All right, Jacob, thank you so much. But let's move on here. It's a big day in the 608 as we're kicking off our 40th annual Coats for Kids Drive.
Did you say 40th?
40th.
That's right, 40 years of helping out the folks, and we can't do it without your help. Josh Breiter live in Madison this morning with just how you can do that. Good morning, Josh.
Hey guys, good morning to you. Yeah, our Pack the Truck event officially underway here in Madison. We're on Monona Drive. This is our Clinky Cleaners location on Monona Drive this morning. And I've got Steve Clinky and Lindsey Brahms from the Boys and Girls Club joining us this morning. 40 years. Steve, I want to start with you. This has been a partnership we have had for a very long time. 4 decades, that's a lot of coats.
That is a lot of coats. Yeah, I mean, every year we reach out to the Dane County community and ask them to, at this time of year, I mean, the weather's a little cool right now, makes you think maybe, winter is coming. So go in your closet and look for those gently used winter coats.
We were talking off camera a little earlier. A lot of times we're still sweating at this time of the year. So now we're kind of thinking coat time, right?
That's right. We showed up and we're like, actually, I mean, it's chilly. I should have brought my coat, but I didn't.
It's kind of those reminders that you never know what's going to be happening here in Wisconsin, and that's what we're here for. Lindsey Brahms with Boys and Girls Club. You are a nonprofit partner in this, and you're seeing that need still right here in Madison ahead of the winter season.
Absolutely. So every coat helps make a difference to keep our families we serve and youth we serve here in the community warm.
What kind of coats, what kind of sizes are we talking about here?
We're looking for all sizes of jackets, everything from toddler all the way to young adult and adult jackets as well.
And you can see we have some donations in the bins here this morning. So we're making this super easy for you. You can go to any Clinky Cleaners location or News 3 Now, drop off these coats, and then Clinky Cleaners is going to clean them for free, Steve. I mean, this has been a thing that you've been doing for so long for us. Why do you keep doing this?
Well, I mean, first of all, we're grateful to be able to give back to the community and actually able to take what we do day in, day out and use it in a way that benefits the community around us. I mean, it's just been, it's just been a blessing for us to be able to do that.
And you think about these families that are seeing this positive impact. I mean, you see this firsthand. This is no small thing for a lot of these folks.
No, absolutely. Coats are expensive now, and a lot of people have some just hanging out in their closet that they don't wear anymore that can definitely be put to good use.
And even our lead photographer, Mark Schillen, he brought some in this morning. That's as easy as it is. All you have to do is drop them off. And maybe if you don't have those donations at home, there are still a couple of ways that you can do that too.
Absolutely. So folks folks can head to our website, bgcdc.org, and we have our Coats for Kids webpage in there that allows folks to donate monetarily. So if we don't get a certain number of size of jackets, we can go out and shop for those later. And we have an Amazon wish list as well.
So we're making it as easy as possible for these folks. So you can either buy online, you can donate to Steve Klinke. We are going to make it happen. And of course, we are your guide. Channel3000.com has all of those links available. So come on out here. We're going to be here until 6:30 this evening, again at the Klinke Cleaners on Monona Drive. And then after today, you can donate at any of those locations and News 3 Now all the way through October 4th, guys. So we're going to make 40 years of Coats for Kids. We're going to make this our biggest year yet. How's that sound?
Let's do it. That sounds amazing. Josh Breider, thank you so much.
All right, and coming up in the morning sprint, the Pope canonized the first millennial saint. More on who some are calling God's influencer.
Sprint is next. .654, time for the morning sprint.
Today, News 3 Now's 40th annual Coats for Kids Drive kicks off with an all-day Pack the Truck event. Right now, you can go to the Klinke Cleaners on Monona Drive, where the Boys and Girls Clubs of Dane County has a van set up collecting donations. After today, you can make donations at any Madison area Klinke Cleaners until October 4th.
Pope Leo canonizing the first millennial saint, Carlos Acutis, who died of leukemia at the age of 15 in 2006, the first millennial to be named a saint by the Catholic Church. Acutis became enormously popular because of his use of digital technology to spread the faith, including by developing a website in which he listed miracles.
President Donald Trump says he's expecting to decide on a course of action for Chicago today or tomorrow as he threatens to send in National Guard troops to deal with crime and illegal immigration. The White House says it has been moving immigration personnel into the city, with officials saying the response from Chicago residents could determine whether Trump sends in troops.
UWPD says they arrested 25 students and cited another 25 at Saturday's game. They were the only arrests there. 35 people were also ejected from the game, with 33 of them being UW students.
And here's a final look at your 10-day forecast. Warming up throughout the week with not much rain. Small chance later Tuesday into Wednesday, and then a better chance Saturday. But especially Tuesday, Wednesday, not going to produce a ton of rainfall. Saturday might produce a few thunderstorms, but a lot could change between now and then. Overall, much warmer temperatures for the next 10 days than what we saw over the previous 10.
All right.
Jacob, thank you. Coming up next is CBS Mornings. Our next newscast is coming up at noon.
You can always find us streaming 24/7 on Channel 3000+.